Hey guys, it's Ash here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 strongest anime villains of all time. For this list, we're going to be going over the antagonists in anime who remain unmatched in terms of power scaling and their innate ability to blow stuff up. Who do you think takes the destructive crown? Let us know in those comments. And as always, if there's an anime list you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJBo and let me know. Number 10, Meruem, Hunter x Hunter.
老衆の兵士よ、頼むぞ。頼むからその前に成功が果ててくれるなよ。
While he may have ultimately fell at the final hurdle due to the lingering effect of the poor man's rose's poison, the king of the Chimera Ants continues to stand tall as the greatest threat the Hunters Association have ever tackled. The only thing deadlier than his ability to withstand damage would be his dizzying intellect. Having the endurance to shrug off calamitous techniques like the Zero Hand is impressive enough.
無慈悲の方向である。
But being able to adapt in such a way as to weave through Netero's light speed defenses and literally disarm him, that's next level. Number 9, Diavolo, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. While the majority still can't quite get their heads around how Diavolo's power actually works, there's no debating its effectiveness.
これが我がキングクリムゾンの能力。時間を消し去って飛び越えさせた。
A crime boss who will do anything to remain anonymous and rule from the shadows, Diavolo's command over Passion is mainly held together by fear and influence. But when he has to resort to force, he's got the time-erasing properties of King Crimson to help him out.
キングクリムゾン、すぐに。
Unless you're adept at looking for the telltale signs of time skips, chances are you're going to be torn to pieces before you even realize what's going on. Just ask the majority of Giorno's crew.
逃がさん。
Number 8, Hao Asakura, Shaman King. He may be a merciless killer with his sights set on godhood, but you've got to admire Hao's drive. Thanks to the handy talent of being able to resurrect himself through his descendants, this immensely powerful shaman has consistently rebirthed himself, allowing him to enter multiple shaman tournaments. Given how his guardian ghost happens to be a giant that can switch elements on the fly, it's little wonder how he was able to devastate every opponent who came at him. For every potential weakness, Hao has a lethal solution. It certainly accounts for the number of dead X-Laws he's left in his wake. Number 7, Sosuke Aizen, Bleach. What happens when the smartest man in the room also happens to be one of unparalleled strength with his eyes set on replacing God, and comes armed with a terrible mullet?
これからは私が天に立つ。さようなら、死神の諸君。
You've got yourself a villain who, for the longest time, appeared to be untouchable. Even without his Zanpakuto's ability of perfect hypnosis, Aizen's default strength feels borderline illegal. One strike from this guy, and Captain Class Shinigami start dropping like flies. And that's all before he's got his hands on the Hogyoku and elevated himself to Butterfly, Destroyer of Worlds. No wonder it took an assball to bring him down. Number 6, Zamasu, Dragon Ball Super. What happens when a literal deity gets too big for its britches? You get something like Zamasu, a being whose selfish yearning for immortality decimated an entire timeline and wiped out mankind.
我が体に不死の力を与えたまえ
Thanks to both the wish-granting nature of the Super Dragon Balls and a few jaunts through time, Zamasu not only became an immortal being, but gave rise to an alternative version of himself that took Goku's body for his own.
効かぬな
Double the narcissism, double the destruction. Both sides of Zamasu caused so much mayhem that it took a universal deletion, courtesy of the Omni King, to set things right.
こんな世界消えちゃえ
Number 5. Father, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Once nothing more than a dwarf in a flask, the ambition of this creature not only led to the annihilation of a whole civilization, but eventually swallowing the physical manifestation of God.
貴様に縛られ続ける私ではない地に引きずり下ろし我が身の一部にしてくれよ
Needless to say, the father of the homunculi is nothing but appetite, and won't hesitate to break anyone who gets in his way.
術は封じたよ
Aside from creating the devilishly dangerous homunculi to act as his tools, after consuming God and becoming a so-called perfect being, Father demonstrated unmatched control over alchemy. To the extent that raising the dead and conjuring up a mini-sun were as easy as breathing.
それ神を手に入れた私は今や手のひらで太陽を作ることさえ可能なのだ
Number 4. Fiamma. A certain magical index. We're sensing a theme here.
警告第35章第18節硫黄の雨は大地を焼く発動開始
Crazy strong Esper enrolled in the Catholic Church figures he can do a better job than God and attains the power to make it a reality.
なるほど興味深い意見だだがそいつは世界を救ってから考えることにしよう
Fiamma is the embodiment of hubris, but one who comes armed with something as devastatingly strong as the Holy Rite, an entity that not only lets him make miracles, but undo anything it touches. If not for the likes of Toma and the unbeatable nature of the anime equivalent of Control-Alt-Delete, Fiamma's reign as divine authority of a ruined world would very much become the new norm.
俺様はこの世界を救う光栄に思え肉塊お前の人生の価値は無事に刈り取れたぞ
Number 3. Tiamat. Fate Grand Order, Absolute Demonic Front, Babylonia. The Fate verse is no stranger to ancient beings that possess enough power to destroy populations and reshape the world. But this hulking she-beast is by far the strongest.
たとえイシュタルの権能でも今メソポタミアにあるどんな手段を使ってもこのティアマト神には傷一つつけられません
Don't believe us? Tiamat gave birth to humanity, cannot be killed by regular means, can nullify all noble phantasms, can easily wipe out any heroic spirits, and bring about new life on the fly. How do you stop a monster like that? A million convoluted ass-balls that only Type Moon could dream of. Otherwise, no, she can't be stopped. Number 2, Misogi Kumagawa. Medica Box. Don't let the cheerful expression fool you. Kumagawa has nothing but hate and self-loathing in his heart, made all the worse by the fact he can kill anyone with a mere thought.
僕が来た時にはもうこうなっていたんだよだから僕は悪くない
While preferring to dispatch his victims via giant screws, Kumagawa's true strength lies in all fiction, a minus that lets him undo aspects of reality at will.
青あいにくその色はもう空っぽだ
何どうして
Whether it be removing damage, overcoming death, erasing color from the world, all concepts of life become his playground, which he chooses to abuse on a regular basis to satisfy the darkness inside him.
ふざけるな！こんな色あせた世界に何の意味がある！
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Anti-Spiral. Gurren Lagann. A cosmic being with only one goal in mind, the eradication of all life in the universe.
残念ながらそこまでだよ。螺旋の男。
何？
So driven by fear of spiral power and what it might entail, the anti-spiral strives to stagnate all things and has the means to do so, trapping any living thing in a series of illusionary universes, manipulating life and death, and able to alter its size to the extent that it can trample galaxies.
Infinity
It's crazy that such an omnipresent enemy could ever hope to be matched, yet alone outdone. But it goes to show that giant mecha and the power of friendship defy everything.
俺たち人間を。
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.